This is a Fox News Alert. Preliminary reports of another major earthquake hitting Southern California. House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy's on the phone with us right now. He represents the district, Ridgecrest, California, which was hit directly yesterday. Congressman, what'd you feel?
I'm in my home in Bakersfield, about 90 minutes away, and it was one of the strongest earthquakes I've felt since I've been through California. It was a rolling one, where literally my wife and I got up and got into the doorway. It lasted a long time. I had just toured Ridgecrest today. I just left, went through from the emergency units. We went through looking at the damage from the last. Now, the last one was 6.4. The early reporting now is this is 7.1.
Yep. Anytime
you're over 7.0 is a major, serious damage. I just got off the phone with the mayor. They were putting things back together, rushing in. And this all accumulates. They had another earthquake earlier this morning at a 5-point-something.
Right.
Return.
Folks, we're experiencing an earthquake right now.
Whoa, yes we are.
Can you feel the earth below you?
Yes, I can.
The score clock
is
shifting ever so slightly.
I think they're going to clear the players, and appropriately so, as that scoreboard above midcourt was moving quite significantly.
The play is currently suspended. They just sent both teams back into the locker rooms. They're trying to wait until these speakers stop swaying.
The games have been suspended for the night.
6.4 magnitude the other day. How are they continuing to play baseball?
I don't understand how the players can't feel it.
Don't panic. Everybody's going to start running out. Do not panic. Listen to me. Do not panic. Stop. Don't panic. Don't panic. Everybody's going to start running out. You're going to get terrible. Stop.
It's hot in Alaska, hotter than we've ever seen in places. Climate change likely plays a role, but like most other extreme weather events, the sweltering heat is due to several cooperating factors. In the short term, there's a mass of high-pressure air over the state, which pushes hot air down to the surface. It's also summer in the northern hemisphere, so the North Pole is tilted toward the heat of the sun. For the last month in Anchorage, Alaska, the sun has been up for 19 hours a day. And record low sea ice cover this year means less sunlight is being reflected back into space. Instead, the nearby oceans and seas are absorbing more of its energy, making the water and surrounding air hotter. Put it all together and you get record-breaking heat. Scientists agree the combined effects of a changing climate will make severe weather events like this more likely, too. Alaska and the Arctic are heating up more than twice as fast as the average for the rest of the globe.
Europe is burning up as a brutal heat wave spreads across the continent. At least 7 people have died as the mercury pushes into triple digits again. Roxana Saberi is in Lyon, France.
Germany is sizzling, with about a quarter of the country hovering around 100 degrees. And in Spain, triple-digit temperatures are contributing to the country's worst wildfire in 20 years. Europe has been sweltering for days as a heat wave moves across the continent. Several countries have set new June records, including a high of 115 degrees in France on Friday, surpassing the old monthly record by 3 degrees. The country is still haunted by a heat wave in 2003 that led to the deaths of an estimated 15,000 people. Officials say this time they're prepared, setting aside places for people to cool off and checking on the elderly.
Ça vous fait du bien?
Ariel Vale is a mayor of a Paris district.
We work all year long. We have social services. We have maps of those people. We start calling them. We roll call them, check that they're fine.
At the height of the heat last week, Parisians and tourists had to find ways to adapt.
Go out early in the morning, later at night.
So you're strategizing well.
We're strategizing. We're using our Arizona strategies in a new location.
Weather experts say heat waves like this are becoming more intense and common. Mark Maslin is a climatologist at University College London.
We know that these sort of heat waves are now twice as likely to occur than they were, say, 20 years ago. And what's worrying is with climate change, the frequency is going to increase in the future.
The World Meteorological Organization says this year is on track to be one of the hottest in history, and that this heat wave is consistent with greenhouse gas emissions. Here in France, relief is in the forecast for now.
Scientists fear what you can't see in the water could kill you.
Potentially deadly bacteria can enter the body through a cut or a scrape. In Sarasota, Florida, Wade Fleming's 77-year-old mother Carolyn died 13 days after scraping her leg while walking on the beach. Her family says they were told that's where she came into contact with the deadly bacteria.
She came back home, went to bed. Our friends had to break into her house the next day and find her, basically unconscious on the floor.
Kylie Parker, also in the Gulf of Mexico. It took 3 surgeries and strong antibiotics to save the 12-year-old.
I can't do everything that I was able to do before.
And it's not isolated to the Gulf of Mexico. As ocean temperatures rise, so does the spread of the deadly bacteria. A recent study found 5 victims of flesh-eating bacteria in the waters off Delaware, compared to just 1 case in the 8 years before.
This is one example of the potential impact that climate change can have on occurrence of human disease.
Experts say estuaries and bays where the saltwater is mostly stagnant means higher water temperatures, inviting for swimmers, but also ideal for the bacteria to grow. Tonight, doctors say be on the alert for unusual and painful skin irritations. And if you have a cut, stay out of the fresh and salt water.